Welcome to week number 6, lesson number 6 for the Tai Chi short form. So today we worked on high pat on horse, and we also worked on doing the heel kicks practice so that we would be ready to add the 3 forms that comprise the heel kicks at next week's class. So I'm going to go over both of those today as our review. So starting with high pat on horse. We want to do our single whip first to get in position to start that. So there we were with single whip. The first part of high pat on horse is to turn our hands over and do the double backhanding. So I'm going to exaggerate it this first time. Boom, like this. We turn the hands over and a slight pop. The second thing we do is we close the distance between our feet so that we'll be able to sit back on the back foot. So we take that adjustment step while leaving our hands out. Then, as we bring our weight back to the back leg, the right hand comes in a little closer to the body and then continues on forward. And I'm shifting my weight back here as I push that hand forward. The left hand, as we're doing this one, just pulls straight back, palm up to the waist or hip location here. Okay, so from single whip, turn the hands over and backhand, little pop, adjustment step. Right hand comes a little closer and continues moving forward till it does the push. And one more time. High pat on horse. The other thing that we worked on with cloud hands this week was lifting our heels. This is very helpful if we are doing cloud hands outside on pavement, or if you're in your class here and your shoes are really grippy and they like to grab the floor. This makes it a little easier to make the turns for cloud hands. So it's a technique you can use when you want, depending on your footwear and your surface. And the way we do it is by alternately lifting up the heel so that we can rotate a little more easily. So when we do it in cloud hands, it will look a bit like this. So starting with the hands here, cloud hands, we exchange as we step out. We start bringing the weight across, but as soon as our weight's over, I go ahead and lift the heel up so it's easier to turn. Right heel on this side. I exchange the hands and come in, bring the weight over, and now the left heel comes up to make for an easier turn. Exchange, step out, weight comes over, now the right heel can come up, step in, left heel can come up. And you really can't bring that heel up until your weight's over a bit on the other side. So you see the heel lifts as I'm partway over and partway over there. And you can play with this and see if this works. When I'm indoors, I don't tend to do this. I keep my feet flat on the floor. But when I'm outdoors and doing Tai Chi, like on pavement or concrete, I definitely start doing this, where I lift my heels to make it easier. So it's an alternate version of the stepping that you can do with your cloud hands. So to wrap up this section, I will do single whip, cloud hands with the heel lift, another single whip, and then finish up with our new form, high pat on horse. So here we go. Single whip. Turn back forward. Do that exchange. Hands come across. And you should see the heel lifts occurring as the weight is released from that foot. So I've done 3 cloud hands. I'll go ahead and do another single whip here. And remember to sink at the end. Now high pat on horse. So that's our new form of the week. And then the other really important thing we worked on was preparation for the heel kicks. We're going to incorporate all the heel kicks into the lesson next week in class. So today we talked about how to do the kicks properly, and I'll lead you through several of the points that we went through in class today that are important for doing the kicks. Just like in the warm-up, when we do the kicks, we want to make sure that we pick our foot up and put it out, and pick it up and put it back. Pick it up, put it back. Whether we're tapping or kicking, that motion where we're picking it up and putting it back is really important to do this right. We don't want to, watch yourself, don't let yourself slide it off the floor. Pick it up, do your kick or your tap, and put it back. The next was the arms. We use our arms to help balance us while we're in the kicking position on one foot. We use the arms to come down. We cross at the wrist. We lift up the foot as we lift the hands. Turn the hands out as we cock the heel for the kick, and then do the kick as our arms go out to help balance us. I bring that foot back, very important, and put it down. Now I'm standing on one foot a long time while I'm doing that. So I'm giving kind of the coaching as I'm doing this, but you'll probably want to do it a little bit faster so you don't have to be balanced on that one foot quite so long. Here we go. Cock it and kick. Bring it back and put it down, like that. Now, the other important thing when we practice also is when we're doing a lot of kicks, it's very tiring. So the way I'll teach it at the beginning is with the tap, like we do in our warm-ups. We'll come down, cross, come up, pick the foot up, turn the hands over, and then just tap the heel in position. Pick it up again, put it back. And lift, kick. I'll do that again on each side. So be sure to practice both forms of this so you can do both the tap and do the kicks. I'm going to go back to the kicks again here. There. So that's the practice for this week, and next week we'll add in those kicks into the actual form. We'll do it on both the right and the left, so we practice it right and left, and in between the two kicks we'll add boxing ears. So it'll be a lot of fun for us next week, adding those parts to it, and then we'll be at form number 14, well along in learning the 24 on the short form. See you next week.